Dear brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, before the transference of merits, we will think about the significance of this day. This day we call Cheng Beng, Cheng Beng Day. Do you know the origin of this Cheng Beng Day? Who knows? Nobody knows. That's on the origin. This Cheng Beng festival was originated from the spring and autumn period, long time ago, 770 to 476 BC, to commemorate a loyal official called Ji Si Tui. I don't know the pronunciation is correct or not. G-J-I-E, G, and Z-I-T-U-I. Si Tui. Then he saved his emperor by cutting a piece of meat from his own leg during his exile time. After the emperor returned to the country 19 years later, he forget that person, Ji Tui. Remembering by other officials, the emperor realized his mistake and tried to find Ji. However, Ji lived in seclusion with his mother in the mountain. The emperor set fire to the mountain to smoke Ji out under the suggestion of some officials. At last, Ji and his mother were dead under a willow tree. The regret emperor ordered the day that Ji died to be Hengshi, call food, Hengshi, call food festival to commemorate him. On that day, no fire was allowed and only call food can be eaten. The second year after Ji died, the emperor went to the mountain to sacrifice him and found the dead willow where Ji died beside revived. So he gave the willow the name of Cheng Beng willow and set the day after Hengshi festival to be Queen Beng festival. Gradually, the two festivals combined into the present Queen Beng festival, Cheng Beng festival. The important customs this day, the most important custom for Cheng Beng festival is to offer sacrifice to the ancestors and the dead family members. People will go to the cemeteries to sweep tombs and offer sacrifices. Food and flowers are usually offered to the dead. Also, they will burn some paper money, hoping the dead can live with enough food and clothes in the other world. That's the behind history and also the customs. Also, it says another important custom is to travel outside during the Cheng Beng festival, like this. This is the origin of the Cheng Beng festival day or remembrance day. And especially we recited the Tirokudda Sutta, this one from Theravada Tripitaka. I think you know there are 5 books in Sutta Pitaka: Digha Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, Samyutta Nikaya, Anguttara Nikaya, and Kuddaka Nikaya. This sutta belongs to Kuddaka Nikaya. Kuddaka Nikaya has 15 books. One book we call Petavattu, the stories of Petas, and the first chapter called Uragavagga, and the number 5, sutta number 5 called Tirokudda Sutta. Yes. Normally, in Theravada, Buddhism or suttas, we can find the word or Pali term called Peta, Peta Vattu. Peta, what is the meaning of Peta? Ghost. Peta. The Sanskrit term for that, Preta. Preta. Pali term is Peta. Peta Vattu. Vattu means stories regarding the Pretas. We can divide this Peta into two parts, according to the Pali grammar. Pa ita Peta. Pa ita Peta. In Sanskrit, pra ita Preta. Pa ita. Ita means from here, from this world. Ita means gone. If someone has gone from this world or departed, we call Peta. Not ghost. Ghost is a wrong meaning. We can say departed. Departed once. Departed before or gone before. Departed once. Not ghost. Because all the departed ones, we can't say ghost. Just immediately they can be born as a human being or divine being or animal. Then all the departed ones, not the ghost. And Peta, and also in Sanyukta Nikaya, one sutta called Pancha Gati Sutta. No, I'm sorry, Anguttara Nikaya. Anguttara Nikaya, books 5. Book 5 called Pancha. The sutta name is Pancha Gati Sutta. Pancha Gati Sutta. Pancha means 5. Gati means destinations or realms. And that sutta explained there are 5 destinations or 5 realms can be born. The first one is Niraya. Niraya, one meaning is hell or the suffering states. Suffering states, the Niraya. And the other one, Tirachana Yoni. Tirachana is animal, animal womb or animal world. Number 3, Petti Visaya. Petti Visaya, the realm of the departed. The realm of the departed. That's one called Petti Visaya. We think, when we transfer merits, that beings can see it and they can enjoy, they can release from the suffering. That's why that realm called Petti Visaya. Petti Visaya. Also can say Peta Visaya. And the next one, number 4, is a Manusa. Manusa is a human world. The last one, Deva world or Deva, the gods. Those are the Panchagati explaining in Anguttara Nikaya. According to that sutta, there are there's a realm called Petti Visaya. One. And also another, some suttas Buddha explains there are 5 Balis. 5 Bali, Pancha Bali. There are 5 Balis. Bali means a gift. Gift. And Pancha Bali Sutta explains there are 5 gifts. One is Raja Bali. Number 1, Raja Bali, Agantuka Bali, Atiti Bali, Jnati Bali, and the last one, Pubba Peta Bali. Pubba Peta Bali. The first one, Raja Bali, gift for king. What is that? We pay what? Tax. That's one Raja Bali. We have to give to the government or to the king. That one Raja Bali. Then Agantuka Bali. Agantuka, visitors or strangers. We treat them. That's why it's called Agantuka Bali. We give food and drinks and we treat them with something. And the other one, Atithi Bali. Atithi Bali. If someone asks something like a beggars, we give something. That's one called Atithi Bali. Then the other one, Nyati Bali. Nyati Bali, we treat our relatives like friends and brothers and sisters and also children. That one called Nyati Bali. The last one, Pubba Peta Bali. When someone passed away, we transfer merits. Then that one called Pubba Peta Bali. And also, according to Sigalova, the Sutta, the children's last duty is their parents, when their parents passed away, then they have to transference of merit. That's the one last duty of the children. Like that way, this one very important thing, remembering and transference of merits for departed relatives. We have to do it with great compassion and also gratitude. And this Tirukudda Sutta, it gives us a good idea of how departed people, so departed relatives or departed ones suffer, and also how they can be helped. And those two things explained in this sutta. And also living relatives make the offerings on behalf of them, and the departed ones then rejoice seeing that action. That is very important. When we transfer merits or when we offer something on behalf of them, when they see it, then they can rejoice, they can happy. Then that happiness change their suffering or turn to better life. And also the most familiar section of this sutta, verse number 4, you can see, verse number 4, idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. We always recite that sutta when we transfer merits. And let this be for the relatives, may relatives be happy. And also verses number 5 and 6 in this sutta, the departed, by rejoicing in the gift from living, and also bless in return them. The departed relatives, when they receive the merits, or when they rejoice, then they bless in return to living relatives. And also, this is a very important thing. I think you know Kathavattu, one book of Abhidhamma Pitaka, Kathavattu, and its commentary or Attakatha clearly rejects the view that the Peta benefit by the very same physical items offered in their names. Like we offer clothes or food or drinks and paper money, but they can't receive those things. The Kathavattu and its Attakatha or commentary rejects the idea of the Petas or the departed ones benefit by the very same physical items offered in their names by their relatives. Because they can't receive the physical things. That's why material things. And it says like this in Pali, Nanu peta attano attaya danang dentang anumodenti cittang pasadenti piting upadenti somanasang patilabanti. The meaning, they can't receive all the material things. The petas, departed relatives, spiritually change when they see the transference of merits. When they greatly rejoice and become happy on seeing the offerings made in their names. That's the meaning of that Pali sentence. When they greatly rejoice and become happy on seeing the offerings made in their names. That's the meaning. And also, I think you know Dasa Punya Kiriya. Dasa means 10. Punya, merit. Kiriya means actions. 10 meritorious actions. 10 meritorious deeds we call Dasa Punya Kiriya. There are two things mentioned there. One is Anumodana or Pathanumodana, and also we transfer merits, and also the departed one can rejoice the merits. Anumodana. Anumodana. Those two. Patidana and Anumodana. Those two also meritorious deeds. When we transfer merits, that one meritorious, one of the meritorious deeds. And also if someone give dana or do meritorious deeds, then we participate, and when we can be happy, that one also meritorious deed. And also, you know, this puja book, there are two stanzas. One is, don't know, didn't add. Tavata chammehi sambatam punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu. The next one, sabbe bhuta anumodantu. It's not in this puja book. The last one, sabbe satta anumodantu. The Theravada tradition dedicate merits to departed ones by reciting Pali verses of like sharing accumulated merit. Thavata chamme sangbatang punya sampadang. Punya means merits. Then sabbe deva anumodantu. May all the deities and yes, all the deities be happy receiving this one, and also all the living beings, sabbe satta, and also sabbe bhuta. Also the meaning not partner, or also another type of beings. Sometimes we use that one, sabbe bhuta, in the even the Ratana Sutta and also Karaniya Metta Sutta mention that word. And may all gods, beings and spirits. Sometimes we use that bhuta for spirits. May all gods, beings and spirits share in this merit, it says. And also we can't deposit the merits for departed ones. In the Janusoni Sutta, then the Brahmin Janusoni asked Buddha, can we deposit our merits on behalf of departed ones? Then they said, we can't. The thing is, we can transfer merits, or we can do meritorious deeds like offerings offered. Then they can see, then they can be happy. That's the thing. Also, this Tirokudda Sutta explained that one. And you know the story, background story in Tirokudda Sutta. This one, before Kassapa and Gautama Buddha. It happened before Gautama Buddha, even Kassapa Buddha. There was a king. He asked his princess, there were 3 princes, asked them to prepare a dana for that Buddha and also Mahasangha. Then that 3 princes asked to the country agent to prepare that dana. Then that country agent prepared with help of his relatives dana, and some of the relatives of this country agent are wicked people, and also they had ill will in their hearts, and just prepared the dana for Buddha and Mahasangha, and the people, the wicked people, and also we call the people with khodha or ill will in their hearts, they burn the dhanasala. Dhanasala, or we can say refectory, or the alms giving hall, that they burn it with food. Then due to that bad karma, they born in the hell. And the king, three princes, and that country agent, and the good relatives of that country agent, they born in the heaven, and the bad people, so relatives of that country agent, they born in hell for long time, called eons and eons. Then in Buddha Kassapa's time, also they were in the hell. And this Buddha Gautama's time, they were in called hungry ghost. They born as hungry ghost or petas. And you know, the Buddha met King Bimbisara. Buddha visited Bimbisara in Rajagaha. Then the King Bimbisara built a monastery for Buddha and Mahasangha, or disciples of the Buddha. What is that monastery called? Not Jetavana monastery. Jetavana monastery built by Anathapindika. It's Bimbisara, King Bimbisara built Veluwana monastery, bamboo grove, Veluwana monastery. That's the first monastery. And also that King Bimbisara offered dana to the Buddha and Mahasangha, offered the monastery and also dana for one day and second day. Then the petas, were waiting merits from the king, because the king related to that ghost, hungry ghost. They were waiting for a long time, and at that day, the first day and second day also they were waiting, and they didn't receive anything, the merits. Then at night, the second day at night, they were screaming, and the king heard that is a scream of the hungry ghost. Then the king was frightened, and next day morning went to the Buddha and explained what was happening at night. Then Buddha said, some relatives, they were in the hell for a long time, and also they were born as a hungry ghost also for a long time, and they were waiting some merits, some help from you. Then better you transfer merits to them, or prepare dana. And the king Bimbisara prepared dana and offered dana to the Buddha and also Mahasangha on behalf of them, remembering the departed relatives. Then they have, they have seen it, and they rejoice, and also they change their hungry ghost as a good human beings, good beings. That's the story. And you can see this text. And also before, you can see the text. Tiro kudde sutittanti sandhi singatake sucha Dwara bahasu tittanti agantwana sakangarang. What they did. Tiro kuddesu tittanti. They tiro kudda means, tiro means outside, kudda means a wall. They stand outside of the wall. This Petas, the departed with hungry ghost. Tiro kuddesu tittanti. Then Sandhi sin gata kesucha, outside the walls, and yes, they stand and at the crossroads. At doorpost, they stand returning to their old homes. And but when a meal which plentiful food and drink is served, no one remembers them. Such is the karma of living beings. And thus those who feel sympathy for their dead relatives give timely donations of proper food and drink. Exquisite, clean thinking, may this be for our relatives. May our relatives be happy. And those who have gathered the assembled sheds of the relatives with appreciation give their blessing for the plentiful food and drink. May our relatives live long, because of whom we have gained this gift. We have been honored, and the donors are not without reward. For there, in their realm, there is then Petha world, no farming, no herding of cattle, no commerce, no trading with money. They live on what is given here, hungry sheds, whose time here is done. As water raining on a hill flows down to the valley, even so does what is given here benefit the dead. As rivers full of water fill the ocean full, even so does what is given here benefit the dead. He gave to me, she acted on my behalf. They were my relatives, companions and friends. Offerings should be given for the dead. When one reflects thus on things done in the past, for no weeping, no sorrowing, no other lamentation benefit the dead, whose relatives persist in that way. But when this offering is given, well placed in the Sangha, it works for their long-term benefit and they profit immediately. In this way, the proper duty to relatives has been shown. Great honor has been done to the dead, and monks have been given a strength. The merit you have acquired isn't a small. That's the meaning. And also, when you read the Samyutta Nikaya, one chapter called Lakkana Samyutta. Lakkana Samyutta. Lakkana is a name for one monk, Venerable Lakkana, and also Venerable Moggallana. There are some stories about the ghost. Buddha has seen many times, but Buddha didn't say to anybody. But Venerable Moggallana has seen some pretas, spirits or ghosts. Then he was smiled, then asked Venerable Lakkana why. Then when we go to the Jetavana monastery, in front of the Buddha, you can ask that question. That's the story. One story called the skeleton. Skeleton. I will read it. This one from Lakkana Samyutta, number 19. Number 19 is Lakkana Samyutta. The first sutta called skeleton. Thus have I heard, on one occasion the Blessed One was dwelling at Rajagaha in the bamboo grove, Veluana monastery, the squirrel sanctuary. Now on that occasion, the Venerable Lakhana and Venerable Moggallana were dwelling on Mount Vulture Peak. Mount Vulture Peak called Gijjakut, Mount Vulture Peak. Then in the morning, the Venerable Moggallana, dressed and taking ball and robe, he approached the Venerable Lakhana and said to him, "Come, friend Lakhana, let us enter Rajagaha for alms." "All right, friend," the Venerable Lakhana replied. Then as he was coming down from Mount Vulture Peak, the Venerable Moggallana displayed a smile in a certain place. The Venerable Lakhana said to him, "For what reason, friend Moggallana, did you display a smile?" "This is not the time for that question, friend Lakhana. Ask me that question when we are in the presence of the Blessed One." Then when the Venerable Lakhana and the Venerable Moggallana had walked for alms in Rajagaha and returned from their alms round, after their meal they approached the Blessed One. Having paid homage to the Blessed One, they sat down to one side, and the Venerable Lakhana said to Venerable Moggallana, "Here, as he was coming down from Mount Vulture Peak, the Venerable Moggallana displayed a smile in a certain place. For what reason, friend Moggallana, did you display that smile?" Then the Venerable Moggallana replied, "Here, friend, as I was coming down from Mount Vulture Peak, I saw a skeleton moving through the air. Vultures, crows, and hawks, following it in hot pursuit, were picking at it between the ribs, stabbing it and tearing it apart while it uttered cries of pain. It occurred to me, it is wonderful indeed, it is amazing indeed, that there could be such a being, that there could be such a spirit, that there could be such a form of individual existence." Then the Blessed One addressed the bhikkhus thus, "Bhikkhus, there are disciples who dwell having become vision, having become knowledge, having become vision, having become knowledge, jnana, darsana, those two. In that the disciple can know, see, and witness such a sight. In the past, because I too saw that being, but I did not speak about it. For if I had spoken about it, others would not have believed me. And if they had not believed me, that would have led to their harm and suffering for a long time. That being, because used to be cattle butcher, a cattle butcher. In this same Rajagaha, having been tormented in hell for many years, for many hundreds of years, for many thousands of years, for many hundreds of thousands of years as a result of that karma, as a residual result of that same karma, he is experiencing such a form of individual existence. And also there are some more stories. If you want, you can read. I will tell another story from the same chapter, the last one. The evil probationary nun. Probationary nun. Here, the first part is same as the first one. Here, friend, as I was coming down from Mount Vulture Peak, I saw a probationary nun, a novice monk, a novice nun moving through the air. Her outer robe, ball, waistband, and body were burning, blazing, and flaming while she uttered cries of pain. It occurred to me, it is wonderful indeed, it is amazing indeed, that there would be such a being, that there could be such a spirit, that there could be such a form of individual existence. Then the Blessed One addressed the bhikkhus thus, because there are disciples who dwell having become vision, having become knowledge. In that disciple can know, see and witness such a sight. In the past, because I too saw that novice nun, but I did not speak about it, for if I had spoken about it, others would not have believed me, and if they had not believed me, that would have led to their harm and suffering for a long time. That novice nun had been an evil novice nun in the Buddha Kassapa's dispensation, having been tormented in hell for many years, for many hundreds of years, for many thousands of years, for many hundreds of thousands of years as a result of that karma. As a residual result of that same karma, she is experiencing such a form of individual existence. That's the story in the Lakkana Sanyutta. There are some stories about Petas or hungry ghost in Petavattu, and also this Lakkana Sanyutta and some other places. And also the results of good karma can be born in the heaven. Those stories also can see in Vimalajothi. Vimalajothi, same book in the one book called Wimalajothi. It belongs to the Khuddaka Nikaya. And this transference of merits goes to long time, even before the Buddha. In Veda's time, the people think the people after die or passing away, they are in the sky or heaven, and some are in the hell. Then they dig a big hole and put a long bamboo tree, and they put the food and things, and that they believed the departed relatives can enjoy that food, and also can't send food to the heaven. They make a fire, set a fire, the big pile of fire, and they burn the grains and all the things, ghee and things. Then the smoke goes up. They believed, and the departed relatives can enjoy those things like that. And Buddha's time, Buddha mentioned the best thing is you do good deeds and you transfer the merits. That means they can see the good activities or good actions or meritorious deeds, then they can be happy. Then seeing that or hearing that, they can change their lives. Okay, now we can transfer merits, thinking of departed relatives. Okay, we have done 3 types of meritorious deeds today. Dana, Sila, Bhavana. We offered offerings to the Buddha, and flowers, incense, candles, food, drinks, and all the things. And also you observe 5 precepts, then practice in Sila and practice in Dana, and we practice loving kindness meditation, and also listen to the Dhamma. We accumulated a lot of merits. Now we can transfer these merits to our departed relatives. Remember your departed relatives. If they need our assistance, they can receive these merits, and also they can be happy seeing this one. And you think may they receive these merits, and also may they enjoy these merits wherever they may be. And yes, finally we wish them to attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Thinking that can pour water, recite idam me ñāti nang hotu. Yatava rivaha pura paripurenti sagarang eva meva ito dinnang petanang upakappati unname udakang vattang yata ninnang pavattati eva meva ito dinnang petanang upakappati ichitang pattitang tuihang kippameva samijjatu sabbe purentu chitta sankappa Chando panna raso yatha mani jyoti raso yatha. Say sadhu sadhu.